welcome Liesl and Ernie Els. And Ben and Samantha, welcome. Thank you for coming here tonight. It's a special, special day. My name is Carrie Kruckel. I'm the Executive Director of the Els for Autism Foundation. I'll be acting as an MC. It is not my professional job. I beg your patience. I want to thank each of you on behalf of the entire foundation board, Ernie and Liesl, and the staff for being here. Each of you has played a pivotal role in helping us achieve this tremendous milestone, but really the first of several more planned. This started as an idea in 2009 when you launched the foundation, and many of you heard about it, but it was singular, dedicated passion. I think we know what I mean by singular, a particular person. The tremendous generosity and support of believers at the time who had to grasp the concept but didn't quite know what we were building. And many, many of you, in fact, probably all of you who have had an enormous appetite to participate in our fundraising events, because all of these things combined, human passion, talent, and financial resources and support, has put us to this place today where we're looking at the first of the two most important buildings of the campus. We will have a ceremony in a few minutes, but I would like to ask a very special, unique thing for all of us to do is, there is one non-human here with us tonight, and that is the drone. And the drone is behind me staring, and I thought it'd be nice if we all stood up and waved, or at least waved from our seat, because we're being broadcast live for everyone to see. Welcome. And thank you for joining us wherever you are around the globe. Thank you, everybody. So now, without further ado, I'd like to introduce our first speaker, the chairman of the board of the Els for Autism Foundation, Mr. Giuseppe Ciucci.
On behalf of the foundation board, I'd like to welcome donors, supporters, vendors, builders, neighbors, parents, faculty, staff, and administrators. All of you very welcome here today. A special word of welcome to our dignitaries here today. John Foster, representative of Congressman Patrick Murphy. Representative Marilyn McGaugh. Palm Beach County Mayor Hal Valache.
Soon to be.
And Mayor Shelley Varner. That's rather Commissioner. Sorry.
I got a promotion.
You got a promotion. Major Karen Galanka and representatives from the town of Jupiter. Fellow board members Ernie and Liesl and Stuart Macon. All of you very welcome. It's also important to feel in spirit here today some of those key people that couldn't be here in person, who played such a cardinal role. And I know they're here in spirit, and I'm thinking particularly of people like Marvin Shanken and also Johan Rupert, but many others. So we feel that they're here. From a board perspective, it's particularly satisfying being here. We've served on the board for a long time, and it's fantastic to be here. I know it started as a visionary dream, triggered by a real need, but for us at foundation level, sometimes it seemed like mission impossible. There were real operational and financial impediments along the line. And I think what made the difference, and we know this, is the optimism, energy, and sheer determination of Liesl Els. Of course, it's one of those few occasions where Ernie ranks behind her. But with Ernie's full support and a lot of energy, I think with this sheer determination and optimism, that's why we're here today, because there were so many impediments along the line. There's a lot of work left in the next phase, to get this whole project to completion. But I think with what we've seen to date, now it's mission possible. And we very much all look forward to this at board level, to complete this wonderful project. On behalf of the board, I'd like to thank everyone who made this possible for all their energy. And I congratulate everyone because this is a very special day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Giuseppe. And now the Palm Beach County Commissioner-elect, Mr. Hal Balichet. Please join us for a few words.
Thanks very much. You know, I am so proud to have a facility like this in my commission district. It honors me. It honors the rest of our residents in District 1, and this is a transformative event, both for the autism community, obviously, but also for the neighborhood here, for Limestone Creek, which is my favorite community within my district. I think I've told the residents that quite often because the residents here are engaged. You know, they looked over this project, they made suggestions. In fact, I think within 5 hours of my being sworn in 2012, the first meeting I attended was at the Edna Runner Tutorial Center. Scott, and is Don here too? No? But Scott Hedges and Don Herring were explaining this project, and it was really just on the drawing board at the time to the residents and soliciting input from them. And so I want to thank, you know, Don and Scott for getting this thing to the point where the residents were extremely happy with it and realized the value that it would add to their community. I want to thank the Ells family for having the vision to conceive of this and then the perseverance to go through all of, and I think Giuseppe just cited this, you know, there's plenty of hurdles along the way. There's fundraising to be done, there's regulatory hurdles to do, but they stuck to it, and the result is what we see here today. One person who's not here that I would like to cite is my late assistant, Cindy DiFilippo. Those of you who live in the community know how much she cared about Limestone Creek. She dedicated a good part of her life here. She was an integral part of planning for this and making it as palatable to the residents as possible. She was killed back in June in an automobile accident, and she would have loved to have been here. I think she's watching from somewhere. I hope she is. And last, I want to thank the community because the Limestone Creek community is an up-and-coming community. It's improving in leaps and bounds, and what's happening here is going to transform this by a quantum leap. You know, this neighborhood hasn't been recognized, honestly, by a lot of people, but having a world-class facility like the L Center here is going to make people aware of Limestone Creek, what the opportunities are here, how nice the housing is, how, you know, great the community spirit is, and I couldn't be happier to have this open tonight. So thanks very much for coming. It's a great turnout, and I congratulate all of you on a collaborative effort to make something really great happen in this community. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hal. Now I'd like to introduce a very special speaker. His name is Zach Porio, and on behalf of the students of the Renaissance Learning Academy, now known as the Lower School at the L Center of Excellence, Zach would like to share a few words. I would ask that we hold our applause until he's finished speaking. Thank you. Come on up, Zach.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the L Center of Excellence. My name is Zach Porio, and I am going to school here. This school is amazing and special, just like us. Thanks for your generosity. Thank you, Ms. Liesel and Ernie, for fighting for us. You're my heroes. So let's make the best school in the world. Thank you. Thank you.
To the first.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Zach. That was wonderful and so spirited. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to ask you to help extend a warm welcome to Ernie and Liesel, who have some of their own personal words to share with us. Please come up.
Thank you, Zach. That was beautiful. It was a very good speech. Ben, what's going on, buddy? You like your new school?
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. What's the color of the roof, Ben? Brown. Thank you, yes, it's brown. What a day. Thank you very much for coming out. Great turnout here this evening. Yeah, I think this lady next to me is the one that really, is the power behind this, the whole thing. Liesel, with your, as Giuseppe said, your determination and your fight, this is really why we're here. It's a very proud day. I know yourself and your staff that work so hard, getting everything going has been incredible. We moved to the United States from England. Ben was born in England, Samantha was born in England, and obviously Ben with autism, we didn't get the help we needed, or the education that we felt Ben needed over there. So we came to the US, came down here to Palm Beach County, and Ben went to school, and then we felt that we wanted to do something proper, especially Liesel. She wanted to build something for these kids, and and here we are. On the way, it took a lot of effort from a lot of people. I'm a golfer, so we used my friends. I see a lot of my friends have come here today. I see Robert's here, Louis and Charles is here with your wives, and we. Sorry? I said, yeah, Robert Allenby, yeah. Robert's here. And we used our friends a lot in our fundraising. They gave up their time for golf days. We've done a golf day with Marvin Shanken, cigar aficionado, wine spectator. Through the years, we used my friends here, SAP, Steve, you guys are here, the Enslins are here. So I used a lot of my friends, as I say, through sponsorship. I'm sponsored by RBC, I'm sponsored by Boeing, Adams, Breitling, and as I said, SAP. And especially the SAP community, you guys have been unbelievable. We've had a long-term deal now dating back to 2003, and we feel like family. We've become family. We live in the same neighborhood now, and we've raised so much money through you guys, and I cannot thank you guys enough, really. We do that tournament in Vegas. We've done numerous things around the country, and we could not have done this without my sponsors, and especially SAP. Our board, Giuseppe, Marvin on the board, Patrick McMahon, Ogden Phipps, and Mo Bajaj, and of course Liesel and her team. It's not always the easiest of conversations that we have to have, but we're honest with each other, and we know where we stand, and I really appreciate that. Our friends in Palm Beach County, you guys have stood behind us, and we got this piece of land. I would like to say for a song, but it was quite a bit of money. But we are proud to have this center here in our community. I feel that there's a lot of families that are going to benefit from this, not only us. And this was needed. I truly believe that this is going to become the norm. Schools like these around the world is needed for these kids. This school, this center is purposely built for autistic kids, and there's been a lot of thought that's gone in here, and I'm sure Liesel's going to share those thoughts with us. But there's still a long way to go. We still got to do the high school, the upper school. Still want to do the track and field back in the corner there. In about 5 or 6 weeks, we're going to be done with our little golf range at the back here, the pool and stuff. So with Garrett's, our builders are here. You guys have done a hell of a job. I know we've had the whip, but we didn't need to have a whip on you guys. You guys have been a pleasure to work with. So I want to thank you guys also. But thank you very much for coming out, and we're going to have a lot of fun here. It's going to be a great school. Thank you.
Well, I don't think everyone that's come up here has said thank you, but I don't think one can ever thank enough, because if you look behind us and what we've done so far, and in the time that we did it, a huge thank you, and every day of my life a thank you, can never be enough for what you've given not just our child, but all the other kids out there in the community, and also across the world. Because with the programming that we are going to be producing inside of here, the best practices that we're going to be gathering, we'll be able to impact not just this county, this state, this country, but the world. And that ultimately is our goal, to make it accessible to people around the world, around the country. I've been to so many golf tournaments with Ernie, and you hear so many stories of the people that come around and come and talk to us and tell us about the shortcomings they have in their own communities. Sometimes in people that live far off in beautiful farm communities, they don't have the options to move, and it became clear that they needed to have access to some programming without having to move to Palm Beach County, although it is quite a nice county to live in. When Ernie told you the story that we moved here because we found that America had so much to give when it came to our autism community, but Pam and Dick Bustow really started this dream. The existing charter schools that now find their home, one part of them next door, nearly didn't make it. If it wasn't for Pam and Dick Bustow, they would not have survived. And we would not have been here today. They had started fundraising in order to move their little facility onto a 10-acre facility to have more space. Well, we kind of grew it just a little bit to a 26-acre facility. And I can tell you that if it wasn't for people like them in the community and their amazing support from other teachers, other parents, and the children like Zach, we would not have been where we are today. This purpose-built facility next to you is so important to our children. I don't know if any of you have ever been stuck in a small, crowded space with 10 kids on the spectrum. Well, they need space to explore, they need space to express themselves in, and I think that's something that all of us can identify with. But over time, it sort of became just that they had to make do with whatever and wherever they could, because our kids have quite a hard time sometimes to fit into a regular school. And I felt that maybe everyone didn't agree, but I thought that if we could build a facility where these kids could really come and live out and come to their rightful potential. It would be so amazing to be able to show the world just what our kids are made of and just how strong they are, how talented they are, and how far they can really go in life, and what a massive contribution they can make to society. But we would not have been able to raise 1 cent if it wasn't for Ernie. You know, we used and abused his name over the last 5 years. There was a very bad word for us for what we were doing, but we were selling him off left, right, and center. And thank you for letting us use you. We have a long way to go. We have so many plans. We have adult facilities, adult programming. We have early intervention programming. The existing charter schools cover 3 to 21, just before your 22nd birthday. But we plan to cover the excess, the other sides of that. We felt that there's a need to cover this entire family that we have. And we hope that over time we can build up every inch of these 26 acres with not just medical facilities, but pools, recreation facilities. There's a gymnasium that's about to be built. Next on the plan is for sure the upper school. And I will be standing in front of the upper school cutting their ribbon too, as soon as I can push this through. But you couldn't have done any of this without this marvelous community and without really special teachers and assistants out there. And we thank you for everything you do for our kids. And the last person that I really wanted to thank, she always gets me, is Samantha. We have an amazing teenage daughter who has given us so much support, who has introduced her brother to so many cute girls. And she helps him find his way every day. And the siblings out there play such an important part in their families' lives that we thank you all for your support as well. And thank you everyone for coming today. It's spectacular. Thank you, Garrett, for helping us get to this point.
I forgot.
Okay, I'm also supposed to say the forget ones. Ah, you see the beautiful playgrounds that we have on the side here was donated to us by all our, one of them actually, the other one was the Rooney family, but the one was the other side of the golf tour, and this is the sponsors, the Honda Classic that we all know so well, that we all go and enjoy every year, some of us playing, some spectating, some doing what you do best at the golf tournaments. And then obviously our golf challenge that we have across the country, which Ernie alluded to earlier, they have so many individual supporters supporting that, not just the sponsors that are involved in each of the events, but like I said earlier in an interview, the little lemonade stands that bring in the 50 cents in the envelope that gets mailed to us. Every little bit of that helps us build this brick by brick. And we don't just have our March Pro-Am that we do with a wine spectator, but we also have Philip Mintz, who I think is somewhere in here. But he also helps us. I'm sure he's watching on the Periscope. I know him too well. And he helps us with another program that we have up in New York. And if it wasn't for all of these, together they probably would have paid for half of this building. So we wouldn't quite have been standing here today. So thank you all again so much. Thank you for coming, and I hope we can get out before the storm hits us.
That was beautiful. Thank you very much. If you would like to remain standing, if you don't mind, we have a very special presentation of the United States flag. Presenting this on behalf of the Office of Congressman Patrick Murphy is John Foster. John, would you please come up? And he will have a short statement, and then I'd like to hand you the flag, and then we will proceed with putting it up tomorrow in the courtyard.
Absolutely.
Good evening. I didn't know I'd be following the keynote speaker. On behalf of Congressman Patrick Murphy's office, It's my honor, my privilege to present to Ernie and Lisa Wells this American flag. This particular flag is flown over our nation's capital at the Congressman's request, and I know if Patrick were here today, he'd say to you that he's so pleased that from this day forward, it's going to be flying over the Ells Center for Excellence.
Thank you very much.
Here you go.
Thank you, man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I think I just in the middle.
Three, 1, 2, 3. It's officially open.
Right here for me? That's the most fabulous looking women in the whole county, right?
Okay, will you
Everybody right here? Cool. Excellent. Yep, I got it.
Look at the camera, bro.